Hey everyone, it's Strange Michael. I hope you're doing well today. I have a review for an M. Night Shyamalan film that came out I guess a couple of years ago, called 2021's Old. I have not seen this film, just so you know. I consider myself kind of a wish-washy M. Night Shyamalan fan, but who doesn't? Between Glass, between The Happening, he's made a lot of bad films, including Avatar: The Last Airbender, which I don't talk about because I'm not a big fan of that original anime, just because I haven't seen it. Don't think it's bad, I just haven't seen it. Anyway, Old is a movie that the concept intrigued the hell out of me. I wanted to see it so badly, and eventually I finally did, as in, aka, today. I bought it at Walmart for like $7 in a haul. I'm gonna show a recent movie haul thing, video in a little while, maybe the next video immediately after this. I don't know if I'm gonna get around to recording it tonight. It is kind of late, it's almost 3 o'clock. I don't know if I want to, but maybe not. I don't know. I might save it for tomorrow to record and upload. But anyway, Old, I had not seen, but the concept sounded freaking cool, man. M. Night Shyamalan, again, is kind of wish-washy with me. I still think The Visit is his best movie for me. I love The Sixth Sense, once again. I don't think I've seen Signs since I was a kid, so I don't know if I still like that, or even if I do like it at all, really. Had its moments, but anyway, the concept for Old had a wild trailer. Basically, you had a group of people going on vacation, and mainly in the film itself, we focus on a family of 4. There's a mother, a father, a daughter, and a son. The daughter's a little bit older than the son, maybe a few years older than him. And while they're on this vacation, they're pointed out to go to this other part of the island that's kind of private. And there's about 6 or 7 other people. There's a married couple that's just the 2 of them. There's another married couple that happen to have the man's mom there and their daughter, who's very young, probably the youngest kid on the island at that point. And there's another fella who happened to be there since kind of dawn, who was there waiting on another lady he got out there with, and she never showed up. So he's just kind of sitting off to the side by himself. He's apparently a famous rapper. That sounds weird, doesn't it? It is. Wait till you hear his name. It's a Mid-Size Sedan, I believe is the name. Something like that. Really goofy. For a goofy movie on top of that. This movie essentially has these folks sitting on this island, and for whatever reason they begin to age, and they notice it mainly in the kids. The kids are getting super old super quick. Of course, kids grow fast as it typically is in reality, and the parents start to notice that fairly quickly when their daughter goes from looking like she's 11 or 12 to now like 17, 18. And the son starts having a change of voice and changes real quick. You know, he starts growing up and getting taller, eventually taller than his sister. They start to notice that about the 3 kids that are on this part of the island, and then they happen to notice too, when they start to go panic mode, when there's some horrible things that begin to happen, they start to notice that when they try to run back up the path that they came from to get to this particular part of this island they're vacationing at, they just black out, and somehow their body just transports and teleports to like one part of the beach where everybody can see them, and people just always magically show up, you know, kind of fanning them, trying to wake them up, slap them in the face a little bit, something like that. It's a cool concept, and the idea of time working differently on this island, changing you, making you age differently, that plays in so well. That whole concept, how it's handled, is fantastic. It's based on a graphic novel, by the way, a comic book, whatever you guys want to call it, called Sandcastle. I've never heard of this, never read it, just so you know. For people out there who have, I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section down below. But I will tell you this, I was really into the film, and the film is like an hour and 50 minutes. And I was into it pretty much the entire time until maybe the last 20 minutes. The last 20 minutes or so, I feel like it was mistake after mistake after mistake in the plot. I feel like there are things that could have had more of an emotional impact in a better way instead of just kicking the audience feet out from under them. It being an M. Night Shyamalan film, I think it's well shot. I think the cast being people I've never seen really in anything. Apparently there are quite a few of them that have been in some big projects. I've never seen many of these projects, but I've heard of these things. They mostly, I think, do a decent job. There are some who are better than others. I don't really want to get into that too much, but some of the child acting isn't great. Some of the line delivery is not great because the writing of those lines are not that great. Shyamalan, I blame for that. Whether he got it directly from the comic or not doesn't really matter to me. It's still poorly written for the film. But the shooting of the film, the cinematography, this beachfront, right at the ocean, some rocks behind people type stuff, all the sand, it's shot beautifully. I love that about it. That's something you can always take away from an M. Night Shyamalan film, in my personal opinion, not seeing things like Avatar: The Last Airbender, or, you know, things like that. I've not seen that other sci-fi movie he did with Will and Jaden Smith. Anyway, going back to the film though, I enjoyed the film quite a while. I loved about 75 or 80% of the film, and then it lost me in that last 20 minutes because, again, just stupid mistake after stupid mistake. It felt like, if I had to bet, I kind of wonder if the ending has changed from the comic. Either for surprise purposes or some reason, I think M. Night Shyamalan changed it. It seems like it's very definite to me. If I'm right, please put that down in the comment section down below. But I don't like the direction it turns into in that finale. I feel like it's very sloppy. I feel like it's a little bit a different genre than what we were into with this weird mystery, this kind of possibly supernatural element that's going on. I don't really like the explanation for that too that's given towards the end of the film. I think that's pretty poor. There's not really a whole lot to say about the film. The music is okay for what it's trying to do. I think the atmosphere, and again, the direction, I think, is pretty solid with the camera work and all of that. You might have, the camera swooping by the people or swooping around them and that kind of thing to really indicate, the passage of time that's really happening to these people. Apparently, every half hour that passes is 1 year in their lives, which is freaking sick and crazy and cool. It's a great idea, and I love the concept. It's the execution that I have problems with. One of the biggest issues I have that pisses me off the most is the constant use, later in the film, CGI use. It really goes heavy. There's one particular kill in the dark that goes very, very heavily CGI. Actually two, but you know what I mean. And one is really cool. The other one looks like shit. Plain and simple. It just looks like shit. And I'm sorry, it just feels that way to me. But there's a lot of this film I really love, a lot of it that I really appreciate, and I kind of have so much of a better ending in my head that feels more poetic, it feels darker, it feels grimier, and I feel like the ending of this movie is tacked on to have that M. Night Shyamalan staple of being known for his twists. You didn't need any of that. You could have just had the movie we had, the concept we had, and had the characters try to deal with it, trying to escape, trying everything they could to try to escape, and whether it worked or not. That's all you needed to do. And I feel like what we got is that, to an extent. People will argue, the fan base will argue, which I don't think there are many fans out there of this one. It was a cool film that I think a lot of us were looking forward to. It took me 2 damn years to get around to watching it, and I'll tell you, it's really not what I wanted, if I'm being honest with you. By the end, it wasn't what I wanted. The rest of the film, really fun, really watchable, and again, really engaging, but everything else, it kind of ruins it, in my opinion. When it comes to Old, the DVD here that I bought tonight at Walmart for like $7 in a discount bin. Thank God. I didn't rent this for like $5 and have to, just have it sitting on my shelf. Now I have it for my collection for M. Night Shyamalan stuff. Not that there's much of his stuff in my collection. He doesn't always make horror films. But anyway, if I had to rate Old on a 5-star basis, I would probably give it like maybe a 2 out of 5 stars. It's a rough movie, has a lot of rough edges to it, but I was hoping that would pan out and give me something really good. And again, kind of poetic because of the kind of concept we're dealing with. But no, it doesn't do that. There's a lot of good stuff in here like the makeup, but other than that, it's a failure. I'm sorry, it is for me. 2 out of 5 stars. So what did you guys think about Old? Did you love it? Did you hate it? I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments down in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know what you think about M. Night Shyamalan. Do you think it's in your top 3 or top 5 movies from him of all time? I'd love to hear all that down below too, because I think he's at like 10 or 12, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. I don't know. Can't remember. Don't really give a shit. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. God bless you all. Maybe one day I'll review all the horror stuff M. Night Shyamalan did and do a ranking. I don't know. Maybe. If you want that, let me know. I'd love to hear all that down below too. Thank you guys. God bless you. Goodbye.